in solos, and especially making those flop plays. It'd be interesting to see how many floppers he gets. It looks like it's going to be contested. There is someone right in his go, and ooh, he packs a weapon, and bang, just like that. That kicks off the DreamHack Open here, the semifinals, with a nice pickup right there with a common tack shot.
Blitz, recognizing there's two other players down in Caddy, instead is going to head all the way up top here, the little camp over on the side, and try and see if he can't catch a little ambush onto 60. 60 is farming the top. He's standing still, and that's going to be it. You think you're safe in the early game, but you have to execute and get into those chests quick, and Blitz.
So always be wary of walking around the bush. And Raygun has two people dead in his sights, and Calc opens up the fight. Now Unknown knows he's still hidden. Calc does not know where he's here. He may have the perfect third-party opportunity. As Calc gets closer, he's going to go ahead and use that crash pad to get in, and Unknown gets the green light to probably put up here. Now Calc hears him, and here we go. Calc versus Unknown. Unknown and Calc going toe-to-toe in the box, and Unknown falls down to Calc, and Calc styles and dances on him, baby. What a great engagement here at the DreamHack Open semifinal Sundown.
Banished Bronos trying to find some long-range rifle shots, and while these might not necessarily look fruitful, with Storm Surge likely to come into play, not necessarily on the first circle, but likely on the second one. And as I say that, actually finding white tags from forever away and getting the 5 points on the board.
The metered shots. Let's take a look at that replay from young Calc. Was able to use a crash pad to bully his way into the box. Heard Unknown coming in from the backside. Recovers nicely as Unknown boats right through. I just think it just came down to the better, stronger weapons and the better tracking right there.
And just having the hip fire that way rather than the high rate of fire weapon. Especially now, he doesn't have a long range first shot accuracy option, but it might not matter here, as it looks like, nope. And as I say that, like, what do you do now in this situation? He has no option to return fire. He's gonna have to box up and now try and disengage. Gets up and gets away, able to drop down to the side of Authority. And he's really just going to be looking to kind of force this guy to close the distance here and potentially take a box fight in close quarters.
Here we go, a box fight at the Authority. It is Dusky. Dusky finishing 38th in the FNCS Solos qualifying day one. Trying to make a name for herself. There it is, the box play with the crash pad. Bang, and Morgan is sent out of the lobby.
Kind of challenge at any point in time when he puts it all together, but right now hurting in terms of the weaponry, sitting on the common tack shotgun as well as that uncommon AR, but looks like he's getting ready to potentially take a box-to-box fight here. Storm Surge is going to come into play as he has D-Bone and one other player just on the side of him here. Kozlik doing a good job getting aggressive, immediately tags the shield off here. It's going to put him above the Storm Surge threshold as well, which is key because he's going to be able to back off, and only 4 players do have to go down. And you can see he's doing a lot of what you talked about yesterday, where not necessarily closing the gap all the way, but really fighting from about a box and a half away, and just trying to keep chipping away at his opponent. As I say that, immediately goes in and takes him down there. No free clout for you there, as D-Box is backed up on the side, but Cosmic picking up an elim, and now only 2 players need to go down before that Storm Surge turns off, which kind of signals the transition from that early game into the mid game. And then once you get to circle 6, which is right after that, you have the full moving circles, which is as soon as you're kind of into that late game situation. So generally around circle 4 and circle 6 is when you will see the most utility used. But Va right now showing that most of the eliminations during this phase, during circle 3, as you move towards circle 4, are either going to happen on people getting to the edge of the zone.
And this Fortress of Solitude is now being occupied by a lot of the lobby, as there's 68 players remaining, and we're about to get closer and closer to zone 4.
And you talked about kind of how Authority was towards that middle there at the beginning, and the zone's still pulling over. So everyone who's been able to build up and establish towers around the outside of this is just going to have priority on raining shots down here. But that kid Colin picking up Nutella's smuggler, not able to smuggle enough in there. They're able to find it, but Colin then immediately gets capitalized on it. That was Bronos who picks up that elimination. There's still 66.
Decay and Calc right now are going toe-to-toe, as Vaughn does pick up a tag himself on Ducky.
Yeah, because Eva still trying to make stuff work here with that epic hunting rifle. We will wait for a second as the server replay does catch up. All the rotations coming out. You can see Floki will pick up one there. The hip fire shot from Vaughn, not quite going to be able to find anyone. Storm Surge warning. It does turn on. That's 13 players will need to go down, and right now it's looking like Va might become one of them as the white tags do come out. They know he's only on HP with no shields, and that high rate of fire pistol is going to tick him over the top as we're going to hop on board here with Vortex, who's currently sitting 118 HP above. Does have that sniper rifle, looking to try and potentially find a cheeky little angle here over the top of his cone. Right now, trying to line it up and not find it. And honestly, this authority end games are going to be super frustrating for a lot of these players because everybody who's already established on the outside, we talked about it, really difficult to kind of push into them. And then additionally, too, once you rotate around the outside of it, you're going to be forced to burn so many more mats going over the top. But a good shot coming out there from Vortex to pick up Tazy. And it's really difficult to tell when there's a player kind of peeking for one of those cheeky edits
inside the zone, and he's gonna have to deal with a lot of lobby coming to him right now as the zone is rotating over. You can see the arrows coming his way, and right now just trying to find his opportunities to survive, always sitting with 4 eliminations. So this is a great start for Thomas HD, and we're taking a look at the lobby, and Thomas HD gets inside of it, gets another elimination. That is 5 eliminations, which is a very strong start considering the average number of eliminations from our top 20 in the previous heats was around 5 eliminations. So Thomas is on pace to having such a start that he could get him into those grand finals here, Sundown.
Yeah, and you can't really expect that pace to slow down a little bit from opens to semifinals, but Thomas is someone who, not surprisingly, is able to generally push the pace. However, what is surprising is his option of loot. However, opting to stick with the tac shotgun and then all of the crash pads, which is actually going to give him a solid opportunity to at least push in and potentially capitalize on some opportunities. As you can see, Tabs right now capitalizing on these elims that fell right to him towards there, using the harpoon to get a ton of extra builds in towards him, as well as some upgraded loot and some much needed shields.
On board here with Tabs coming off an 11th place finish in the FNCS solos. Now the circle pulls towards Frenzy Farm. A lot of players. There's no one on the front side of zone right now, expecting some pad plays and crash pad plays to get players to that. With the nice zip line play from Tabs, zips on over and gets the first elimination for his ride here today. But what a nice highlight play from Tabs. Now he's got to keep tabs on the storm and be careful here. He's gonna have to exhaust a lot of floppers. And talking about Sundown, he's gonna have to overcome that big fortress wall as Crunchy, as Hecklers, and the rest of the lobby fly right over, and Crunchy cranks with a big time metal base and sits on top right now. But wow, what a great play from Tabs right now, and the lobby has now escaped the clutches of the authority and moving away up to some open field. So expect a lot of big plays here and a lot of tarps. If the circle goes back towards the authority, no doubt Crunchy's gonna be looking in a very prime position considering that he has Kit's launcher Sundown.
Yeah, he has Kit's launcher, and now you can see using it to get to the front of the zone and then about face and harass everyone else who's trying to keep up with him. He's laying down some shots, but not necessarily converting on any elims right now. However, he's already converted on 5, so slaying out towards that higher end of the lobby. And notice, too, nobody's shooting at him, which means he's just going to be able to continue to rain shots down relatively uncontested. That's the first player we've seen kind of pop up towards him, but he can just wait up here and then late pad whenever he wants. But Floki and Thomas both still in the lobby, so EU invasion going well for him right now. No, he's not walking on air. There are some builds there as we wait for the server to catch up here again in a second. Crunchy is looking to shockwave back over towards the other side and maintain his high ground. Again, very much so clinical. He's shockwaving towards the front and then about facing towards either one of the sides, trying to find easy tags and easy picks that can turn into eliminations. So Crunchy in your bottom right, Mars OW in your top right, and then the rest of the lobby in the wide on the left.
Crunchy taking some big time fall damage. He does have the fish, and that's an opportunity for Thomas to contest them at height, knowing that Crunchy's on the ropes of getting eliminated. Crunchy tries to evade, uses that shockwave to get up to back away from Thomas's aggressive push. Crunchy now sitting still on height, now being contested. Thomas had to give up that play, but Crunchy has the opportunity. Sitting on the low, Severe and Marks. We have the both low and high views right now, seeing the chaos on that top right screen, and seeing Arab still alive, representing, doing his best, and using his mindful plays, sitting on the mid ground. So Crunchy is going to be able to still be on height. Oh my goodness, I give the caster curse to Arab. Arab, down he goes, unable to protect his top side. Now is Crunchy going to focus on second from height, which is Dusky, and right now it's looking like it's Crunchy all the way, unless someone can come up from height with a crash pad or a grappler. Sundown. It is Crunchy's opportunity to get the nice victory rail, already having 9 elims in this opening frame.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to make this difficult for him, and boom, there was, we're talking about that glider grapple gun and kind of containing where that is. Decay now going to try and find that. If he's able to track that player, he should just be able to continue raining down shockwave shots. Sends out 1, 2, 3 players out into the zone. However, rather than trying to run back in, they're all just going to turn and fight each other instead and say, Crunchy, no, you don't get those elims. We're going to pick those ones up. Thomas, however, running at Crunchy saying, how well do you execute with that loot? Because I know I do well with it. Crunchy says, joke's on you. I do fantastic with it. Turns around, great mythic charge shot there to take out Thomas HD, ends the EU invasion in a top 4, and now he's got a 1v1 with just Kyle on the low ground.
Oh no, Kyle, you got a lot of work to do if you want to overcome this pressure from Crunchy, who has the builds and the shockwave launcher to capitalize on 11 elim run. Can he get 12? And there it is, the first game here of the semifinals of the DreamHack Open. NAE goes to Crunchy. Dance, young man, dance.
But like Sundown was just saying, Crunchy, with a great, impressive 12 elimination victory royale, does solidify himself in first place right now with 120 points. But Commandment, always in the top 5 right there, is going to be in second place, 15 points behind Crunchy. We have Cobalt in third, Castery in fourth,